everyone, my name is Emily Vanderbent and I am an author coach as well as the author of a young adult historical fantasy series called the Crimson Time series. And today I'm going to tell you the top 5 boards every author should have on Pinterest. Number 1 is a mood board, and so this board, kind of exactly how it sounds, is really to help give viewers the vibe or the mood of your story. Usually it's aesthetic in some sort of way and will consist of different things such as your characters, their different features, or anything distinguished about them. Setting is a really great thing to pin to this board. Different plot points of photos that kind of hint at those things. Any creatures and any weapons that might be involved in your story as well. If you're looking for ideas of book boards to create, you can make some off of books that you've already published. I like to do them kind of in the beginning of my writing process as like a way of storyboarding a story that I'm going to write coming up. Or you can do them for books that you enjoy.
Here's an example of a book mood board. As I scroll down here, this one's for Harry Potter. You can see that I have some different sections for the houses, some of my favorite characters. I have one for different settings from the books and movies. And then I have one that is specific to movie scenes or movie stills. And so then if I click on, let's just say Gryffindor, this section gives you kind of the mood of Gryffindor. So you see a lot of the reds, a lot of the golds, different imagery with lions and other things that are symbolic to the house. So that's just kind of an idea of what you can do for a book mood board.
Number 2 is a writing board. And so this can be both pins that you repin and pins that you create as a resource for other authors. A writing board can consist of everything from writing quotes and words that are fun and you want to kind of incorporate into your story, writing tips, quotes from your book, podcasts, author features, your individual blog, and writing templates if you have any of those.
Here's an example of a writing related board that you can use. I really love interesting words. So I have an entire board just dedicated to different words that could maybe work its way into my writing.
Number 3 is a character board. And so these are pretty much exactly like a mood board, but specifically for your character. So this gives your audience kind of an inside look into who your character is, maybe what they look like, their likes, dislikes, different aspects and elements of who they are. And so you'll want to pin stuff such as physical and distinct features, their likes and dislikes, any quotes that you come across or that you've written that kind of capture their essence, different things like objects that are related to them, colors and kind of the color scheme that relates to them, weapons, and any distinctive clothing.
So how I like to do my character boards is I like to actually make them sections within my broader Crimson Time board. You can make them individual boards. It's just kind of up to you. But let's click on Brenna Barrow for the sake of showing you one. So as I scroll through here, you can see she's kind of got like old Hollywood glamour vibes, Lana Del Rey vibes. There's a lot of references to music, darker colors. I'm a survivor of life itself. She's got a lot of things that you kind of unpack from her past. Interested in science. And you definitely, looking at her board, get an overall vibe of who she is as a character, which is the goal of a character board.
Number 4 is a media board, and these are super popular on Pinterest. And really they're a great way to kind of drive traffic to your profile if you can hop on these different trends as they come up on Pinterest. And really kind of the best thing that these media boards do is they give your audience an insight into you as a person and not just you as an author. they can it helps them kind of connect with you on a little bit more of a personal level if they see some shared interests between you and them. And so you can pin different things like TV shows that you enjoy, movies, music, any of that sort of media.
So here's an example of a media board. This one is for some of the different TV shows that I enjoy. So you can get kind of an overall aesthetic drawing here. But then let's go to Downton Abbey. And you can again see it's lots of different stills from the TV show, some different elements of the time period, the cars, the outfits, the technology.
5 is a group board, and so group boards can take on a variety of different forms, but really essentially what they are is it's a board that you add other people to, and then you and them can collaboratively pin to the board. Typically, group boards for authors tend to take on one of 2 different forms. The first is a collab board for your readers. So you can make the group board and then post about it on social media, and anyone who is following you on those accounts who has read your book and enjoyed it, they can join the board and then pin various different pins to it that reflect sort of how they interpret different elements of the story, how they perceive your different characters to look, and those types of things. So it's collaborative, and it's something that both you and your audience can work together on and pin together. The second is a collab board for authors. So if you are connected to other authors via other social media platforms or Pinterest, you can invite them onto a collaborative board, and you can all pin and share resources through that single board.
Here's one of the group boards that I have. Like any other board on Pinterest, it can take on a million different forms. But this one that I have is for writer aesthetic. And so if you remember when you were watching some of the other videos, this picture of myself was the only one on the board. But as you can see here, there's a picture of me and there's a picture of someone else. And then if I clicked this add button right here, I could invite however many other people that I wanted to join the board. And so myself and anyone else who decides that they want to join the board or that I add to the board, keeping with the writer aesthetic theme, if they come across a pin that they think fits and they want to throw it on the board, they can do that.
That's all that I got for you guys today. If you found this helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. And as always, if you have any questions or there's anything related to writing, publishing, or general author life that you'd like us to talk about, go ahead and drop that in the comments.